Hello and welcome back to Little Marie's Vampire. Anyway,
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
yeah, your drug provider is gone.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for
We did this
drugs.
so long
That's
ago,
quite a
didn't we?
list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, yeah, we can do that, I guess.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You can't be serious. You have to stop this before you lose yourself. Lives are at stake here, remember?
I'm a competent doctor, and my value has been proven already. Frankly, I'm disappointed to hear you, above all, speaking so ill of me.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Well,
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
indeed, perhaps so.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Indeed, you should. Alright, yeah, cool, thanks. Yes, I get it, cool. Have you got anything interesting for us? I don't think so.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
I kinda want to buy the shotgun right now, but I'm not going to. First off, I'm going to talk to Pippa. There you are, Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Personal questions, nothing to tell. Alright.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
No problem. See you around.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Oh, did that flash? It did.
I wonder what you're...
Dear brothers, I must draw your attention to the very important point. The use of garlics as a protection against vampires. It is crystal clear on the subject that garlic will never protect you against these creatures. However, no matter how fresh, nor how strong, nor how smelly, Bram Stoker has been, yes, of course, wait on. Smelly garlic is totally useless as a defense. It can never say enough how damaging the novel of Bram Stoker has been. Yes, of course, population of the Slavic countries place garlic cloves in coffins. Yes, of course, the inhabitants of Santorini Isles hung garlic on their windows. There would be so much to write about in this place someday soon. I hope to go back to the isle and furthermore explore its occult tradition. But that is not the product of living from the devil. It is to tell you the dead that they are aware of the malevolence. It is a symbol, nothing more and nothing less. So yes, please, by all means, wear garlic, show garlic, hang garlic, and tell the shadows that you're not afraid. But if you're looking for supernatural protection, you will have to be searching deeper into the more forgotten secrets of the occult tradition. For here is the truth, my fellow brothers. Garlic does not repel vampires, but all the fresh plants will hurt them. It is as if your body could not stand the presence of botanical elements. I have seen an enraged Vulp flee when whacked with a rose. Yes, a simple rose. I witnessed a violent Ekin fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a stake. I don't know why it is so effective, and I would give my left arm to find the answer to that mystery, but the truth remains nevertheless. Vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants, and woods. From Face the Shadows, How and Why, by Usher Talltree, Primate of the St. Paul's Stole.
Last thoughts would be, sir.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm thirsty, Doctor. I feel decay rising in me.
Oh, do you now? Well, why don't we have a little talk about that sort today, shall we? Cultium! Cultium! Don't mind me, it's all good. Red Ron!
Beware, child of the night, for I shall come back and have my vengeance.
I'm sorry, that was rather sudden, wasn't it? It was just like, alright, okay, time to die. Plop! Time for Goldie. Don't dump on me.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Yes. And here. Dump on me, dump
I have
on
wasted too much energy.
Yeah. Second off, I want to thank
But
you,
in
Mr. Mortimer.
circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Missy.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I apologize.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I think we've already done this. Alright, cool. Personal questions?
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother.
Oh. Oops.
She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Okay, well... You just saved yourself a
I
little
have
bit
to go now, sir.
for a short period
But
of time.
don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
Ha! I don't know why, but I thought I'd already done his quest. Whoopsie! Mistakes were made this day. Let us go up and do this part, shall we?
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Let's not though. I got like a coin or something I could flip? There's a die. You know what? Sorry, moving the mouse out of the way. For the top one, it'll be evens or odds, and for the bottom one, it'll be odds. Whatever. You know what I mean. 2. Okay, so reports to Ackroyd. Ackroyd. Hi there, Ackroyd.
This hospital seems to be falling
Good evening, Dr. Ackroyd.
If you say so.
Wow. Hostile much?
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Well, how about you use this then?
I know that you're a busy man, but I could use your help and advice.
The great Dr. Reed honors me with a request. What is it exactly?
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of fringe medical experimentation?
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor. I made sure it won't harm anyone, but I'd like you to take care of it.
I see. Put it in my cabinet. I'll give you the key. I'll make sure no one uses this medication by mistake.
I'll do that. Thank you for your help, Dr. Ackroyd.
Thank you for your trust on the matter, Dr. Reed.
Well, see you around, I guess.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Or not. It's up to you. Oh, well, I probably should go and tell thingy. Hey.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Oh? Yeah, there.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Wow! Okay. Oh, hey, this guy, he's
Goodbye,
like,
Dr.
you know,
Strickland.
trying to make it that you can see yourself and not be fired. Yeah, screw that guy for being condescending. That's not the point I was trying to get across, but okay then. Now, I don't want to go in that door yet. There's a reason. I want to kill as many people as possible, honestly. Oh, yes, yes. I mean, it sounds horrible, but I kind of just want to kill as many
It's
people as
locked,
possible.
all right. Now that Dr. Ackroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula.
Okay, so nothing much really changes. Noticing the patient show signs of extreme fatigue and minor sores in the throat, mouth and tongue, but no signs of the flu. Refuses to speak, claims to be too painful. Needs rest and healing and throat's mucous membrane. Of the throat mucous membrane before any decision can be made concerning his release.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Wouldn't it be quite obvious if you were trying to hang yourself? Whatever. Anyway, we'll talk about blood sample to Mr. Thingy later. Swansea later. For now, I guess we should find you, Milton. Sup?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Let's shoot.
Wise chop.
I've already taken everything that I want, really, from him.
Goody.
He doesn't have anything else to say, and I'm pretty much full. So! I probably should have said, but essentially these, what's his name? Milton Hooks here and Hawkins over there are actually exploiting people and making them pay to get into the hospital. So yeah, that's not even to be seen by a doctor, just to get into the hospital and to be taken to the hospital. So, You know, they're not the nicest of people. Not sure if they deserve this, but, you know. I am thirsty.
Pippa, my princess, flee away while you can, for all is lost.
Ooh, 36 bullets! Oh, yes, please. And 12 shotgun shells. Oof. Anyway, off to find the next person. Hi there!
Good evening, Doctor.
I know, we're gonna be on, like, a killing spree.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Yeah, you know, good news is always a bit questionable, but, you know. Let's see if you like well-aged wine, shall we? So many punching. I don't know if I'm doing this too quickly. Oh, I probably should have just done one and oh well. We got like this guy and 2 more. Maybe I'm doing this too quickly. Maybe I should. Roll the dice. You go free. We'll be a bit slower about it, shall we? Headache. Oh, are they gonna do it? Oh, please, please, please. No, they're in the position for it. Let me do the mind scanning thing, please. Oh, come on. Maybe if I go far enough away. Oh, hi! Okay, is this good enough? If I go back now. Please? No? Sure. Hey there.
Should be grateful for his luck instead of taking us frustration.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes. This neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital. I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Okay, it sounds quite severe.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Well, unfortunately, you can't really get it.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me
Oh,
wrong, sir.
what?
I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, days like months. The terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Yeah, but it would have destroyed weaker men.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive, just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Well, we got onto that part a bit quicker than we should have.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Wow.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Well, I'll leave you there, then.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
So the only people we've actually killed this episode are Thelma Howcroft and Milton Hooks. So, you know what, I'm going to leave it at that, just for the killing part now. And we're going to go and get the letter for Mortimer. You know. Because why not? And then we'll find out what the differences are. No, well, we'll just go and do this now. We don't really get much for attacking after all.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, all right. Indeed it is. Nah, I don't want to go out the back. Just look around the house, see what we can find. It should be about here, the letter, right? Yeah, there it is. To my dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I didn't leave because of you. I left this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like Bladlier's verses have been written as an echo of my own heart. When the low, heavy sky weighs upon me like a lid, upon my spirit aching for the light, and all the wide horizon line is hid by the black day sadder than any night. It is as beautiful as it is painful, Mother. I can suffer it no more. I don't want to try and have you try and convince me that I would only be delaying the inevitable. I don't want you to try and convince me, and it would only be delaying the inevitable. For I would do it again, if by any chance you managed to save me once. Farewell, your son Mortimer.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Indeed. But I feel like doing it because I've never actually done that before. Anyway, let us make our way down. You know what? I think I will.
Spotted! Watch out!
Like, give it to the other. Because I'm curious.
He's dead!
He is, isn't he? You gonna stop? There we go. That's not gonna kill him again. Cool. So we'll grab this, we'll make our way back, we'll talk to Mortimer, then we'll rest and see if we can find Pippa and see what she has to say. Shall we? Indeed we shall! Well actually, you know what, we'll probably be finding Pippa in the next episode, to be honest, at this point. Ah, indeed. Anywho... hello there, Mortimer.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, the light sound seems to be broken.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Don't you see how lucky you are? You're rich, you're in good health, and you have a loving mother. You're simply drowning in self-pity.
Leave me alone then, Doctor, and let me drown myself.
Well,
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I've never done it this way before, so hey, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
So why has it all got to be about you?
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As
I
you
think
say,
I've glitched the music though.
Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
Your empathy is remarkable, but I fear that your son's decision to end his life has already been made.
How dare you talk to a mother like that? Talk to me like that?
I'm only trying to be honest, Mrs. Goswick. As painful as this fatal end may be for you, you have to accept this is a possibility.
No, I'll never accept it. If my son was to die under your care, well, you have no idea what I'm capable of, Dr. Reed.
You have no idea what I am capable of.
I've read
God damn it, I broke the audio.
Report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Well, why don't you, like, you know, give him...
Your son asked me to find this letter, Mrs. Goswick. However, I thought it would be preferable to give it to you.
I already know what I'm going to read. Mortimer, why are you acting in this way? I have done everything I can to help you, but it's not enough.
We will talk about this letter later. I understand that you need some privacy.
Before you leave, take this for your trouble. Thanks to you, my son still has a future. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Oh, we'll talk about his future later. In the meantime, I'll leave it there. So until next time, all the best, and I hope you enjoyed.